While more and more pickup trucks, especially mid-size pickups, are going to smaller turbocharged engine options, the Nissan Frontier sticks with a naturally aspirated V6. So how does this Pro-4X off-road oriented model compare with the competitors from Toyota and Ford out at highway speeds? Today we find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Tonight we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. In this test, I'm going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour, to get a realistic fuel economy number for this mid-size truck. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Yes, the Nissan Frontier. Some light refreshes and updates. I like the way it looks, especially in this bright orange color. It's got some off-road capability, all-terrain tires, so obviously if you were running this test with something like an SV or an S model, you'll probably get better fuel economy. Another thing I do like about the Nissan Frontier compared to a lot of other mid-size trucks is you can get a Pro-4X model with a 6-foot bed. You don't have to be stuck with a 5-footer like this, depending on how you option it. Now, they're probably going to be kind of hard to find, but you can always custom order, get yourself a more functional truck that way. But if you do want to see more on the Frontier, check the link below. We've got a dedicated review of the Fender audio system and a full review as well. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this Frontier 20 miles per gallon in Pro-4X trim, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people who do big miles on the highway and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, we're going to head out to the highway here tonight when there's less traffic. We're going to fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Now, a few things to note for the test. Outside temperature should be in the low to mid 60s degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to set our climate control at 73 degrees auto, and we're going to have our tire pressure set to their door placard, 35 psi cold. So without any further ado, let's head to the pump. We are all fueled up, put in just over 4 gallons into the tank, so it should be a nice clean fill. Before starting the engine, we're gonna reset our trip computer, reset the GPS, and we are ready to begin. No sorts of drive modes here in the Frontier Pro-4X. I kind of respect that. We do obviously have 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high. We're gonna be doing this test in 2 high. Technically, we do have a tow mode, and then you can switch it over and do manual shifting as well. But this is just going to be a good old normal 2-wheel drive test. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away, and pick up the test from there. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy for the truck, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, we're getting up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace, and we're going to set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 71 miles per hour. That should allow us to average 70 over the whole test. Initial highway impressions, this feels a little bit like a nice in-between a big truck experience, kind of the rattle yourself sort of experience, and something more calm and body on frame. It feels substantial while not feeling too jarring. Now, it'll be interesting to see after the whole test how I feel about it, not having any sort of active lane keeping or anything like that. We've got a little buzz vibration that'll tell me if I drift out of lane, but it's not helping me steer or anything like that. It does look like the speedometer is reading a few miles per hour high, so let's set in, turn on the cruise. Looks like 72 is giving us about 71 on the GPS. Looks like we're going to need 73, actually. There we go, 73 giving us 71. Close the sunroof, see how noise is. Oh, a Z! Wow, I have barely seen any Nissan Zs in the wild, but that is one of them. Oh, good for Nissan. Nissan love. Anyway, yeah, concrete section of the highway, so not super quiet, but it doesn't seem too bad in here. Nissan's always really well known for their seats, so it'll be nice to spend an hour and a half in the saddle here and see how they are at the end. But I'm going to continue on with the test and do the members-only sound test on this Fender audio system. And I'll catch up with you when we get back. In the meantime, enjoy this time-lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Frontier. Let's get right to it. We're getting a lot better fuel economy than I expected, at least from the readout right here. 23.7 on the vehicle's trip computer. That is significantly better than the EPA's estimate, and also significantly better than we've seen out of other mid-sized trucks, especially even the ones that have those turbo 4s. What a concept, right? I mean, we got to make sure this is actually accurate. We got to get it back to the pump and fill it up and calculate the numbers and everything, but encouraging to see that. Other than that, this is a fine place to be on the highway. I'm not crazy comfortable by any means in the seat, but I'm fine after an hour and a half. I've also driven the truck a good bit earlier today, and I was comfortable during that as well. Road noise and wind noise are fine for a truck. I would like it to be quieter. Maybe an SV is a little bit quieter. These tires don't seem too bad, but I bet you an SV is a decent bit quieter. It's probably a little extra road or sound deadening, and then the tires are probably a little quieter. Finally got another tack shot. It's been a while since we've been driving hybrids and EVs, but cruising at 71 miles per hour here. Looks like about 1850 maybe just hair under 1900 RPM. Pretty good for a naturally aspirated motor. What else? Sound system. Sound system is actually surprisingly good. I've been really happy with the Fender so far. It's been fun testing out these members-only tracks. So if you do want to see more, check the link below on that one. But I think it's time to get this back to the pump, top it off, and catch up with you in the daylight to crunch our final numbers. We are back and all fueled up. Last night we ended up putting in 4.701 gallons of regular unleaded gasoline back here into the Frontier. So if we bring up our calculator, we go 100.3 divided by 701? 701. Okay, that's quite a bit lower than the vehicle's readout, but a little bit more believable. We're looking at 21 miles per gallon, according to the pump calculation. Now that is fairly close to getting a bump up to 22. I mean, you could maybe make that argument considering the vehicle was well up closer to 24 and its readout. We're down to 23 now after fueling up and idling and driving over here, but I don't know. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. You know what, Frontier, you're getting it. You're getting a slight round up to 22 miles per gallon here in the Frontier Pro-4X, which is the same figure we got in the four-wheel drive SV from a few years ago. And that one had a slightly lower EPA rating than the one from this year. So I don't know. I could see kind of that 21. Maybe we should just do 21 and a half. We've never done a half MPG rating before, but yeah, I'll give it the bump to 22. Take that 22 miles per gallon times the 21 gallon fuel tank, and you're getting a respectable 460 miles, although really probably closer to 450 because of that rounding of highway cruising range here at 70 miles per hour in the Frontier Pro-4X. Now, that's not an amazing figure. It is a few miles per gallon better than we saw from the top-level off-road versions of the Ranger and the Tacoma. However, the Ranger makes a ton more power and has meatier tires, and both the Tacoma and the Ranger have much more off-road capability. However, I do think for most real-world sort of drivers, if you're using this truck as a daily driver, you might actually prefer to be in something a little bit more street friendly like the Frontier Pro-4X, and getting 10% better fuel economy or so is going to make a difference in your fuel costs throughout the months and years. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Frontier Pro-4X, check the link below. I'm just about to take it on a nice little trip, do some off-roading with it, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.